Hey, everybody. I'm back. Made it through the day. Picked up my grandson at work. Dropped him off to pick up his car just now, so I'm going home from there. But anyhow, I'm going to come back and tell you guys. I know most of you think I'm a maniac when you see me get pissed off at these people in the cars. Well, first of all, they don't hear me, okay? Makes me feel better to do it at a second. Anyhow, it's not why I came. Well, it is. If you would have seen on that very road that I'm bitching about all the time what I saw today, maybe you would get it. There was a truck, a big truck. I'm going to say maybe the equivalent to a F-250, big truck. And a car about the size of like, is it a Yukon, Chevy Yukon? You know, like an SUV, smaller one, but SUV. Well, the guy in the big truck decided he wanted to go way too fucking fast. It had just happened. And I pray that there was no one in the back seat of the other car. The truck had a lot of damage. But the back bumper of that vehicle was now part of the front seat all the way across. You could not tell that car had 4 doors. You wouldn't know that car had anything past the front seats to the back. That's how flipping bad. There was glass and plastic and pieces and all over the road. You kind of had to, dodge them. The cops had just gotten there. So there was no need for anybody, to stop and stick their noses in where it didn't belong. But, yeah, that took my fucking breath away. I see things like that, Why? I don't know why it happened, but my guess is on that road probably because the person in that goddamn truck was in a big fucking hurry. Yeah. So, yeah, I get real passionate about things. But you know what? If everybody would take responsibility for their life and be responsible and even half-ass follow rules and laws, we wouldn't have shit like that. And hey, how about it? Here's a good idea. If you got to be somewhere at 7 o'clock, well, leave it at 6:30. Leave it at 6 o'clock if you have to. Don't wait till 6:45 when you got a 40-minute drive. What? You're not only endangering other people, you're endangering yourself and whoever's in your vehicle. I don't get that. People have no regard for life anymore. I don't get it. I have fought for the last almost 15 years to stay here and to hang on to life. And, like my cousin, update on my cousin. They're bringing her out of ICU. Where it goes from here yet, we don't know, but she's still hanging on. She's a tough broad like I am. And she's fighting to stay here. So these people that have no regard for other people's lives, that just scares me. How do you become that type of person? I don't get it. I know I bitch a lot. I just bitch, about nothing or anything, or that's what everybody calls it, bitching. I'm just saying what I feel. Okay, so we'll just leave it at that. But I am compassionate about things. I'm not going to go out there and do haphazard things because I want to do haphazard things and not care about how it could impact someone else. I don't want to walk through my life thinking that, although that's the way life is. I really want to have faith in mankind thinking that somebody gives a shit enough to slow down. Don't get in your car drinking. Pay attention. Get off your goddamn phone. If you're going to talk on your phone, put it up like I have mine, where you can still drive and do whatever. Because like I said once before, if there was somebody sitting in your car with you, you'd be talking to them. But this in the hand and the text message, and I see people riding down the road with one hand on the phone, and to me, that says they have blatant disregard for everybody else. I don't know. I guess I'm old-fashioned. I guess I'm very old-fashioned. Because I still believe in family and love and babies and marriage, and that somebody will do something nice. After everything that I've had put on my plate in my life, I still have those hopes. I do. Wouldn't it be nice to wake up tomorrow morning and not have half the bullshit that's going on in this world going on? Half the bullshit that goes on in our country, in your county, your town. Wouldn't that be nice? All somebody has to do, or everybody has to do, is give it a second thought before you do something. Don't be spontaneous with every move you make. Spontaneity is nice. It is. I'm not saying don't. But I'm talking about things in life that really, really matter. Like driving a car. I don't get it. I don't mind driving a car like I do now. And I used to drive from where I lived in Ohio down to North Carolina at least one weekend a month, sometimes a couple. Drove the West Virginia Turnpike, one lane coming and one lane going through them mountains, and I mean mountains, and big trucks, and if that wasn't enough to scare the bejesus out of you, I don't know what. I wasn't afraid. But now we're talking 40 years ago. So the world has changed a lot in 40 years. I know, I watched it. But now, I don't leave the state of Florida. I'm not driving somewhere where there's mountains and shit. The way people are nowadays, haphazard, not care, and your dumb ass is not going to put my old ass over the side of a fucking mountain because you don't care. And I've told my husband, you want to go north? I'll go north. You drive, I'm flying. I'll meet you there. Yeah. That's how much some kind of bullshit I've seen change in my lifetime. And it's just not for the best. It's just not. I'm not willing my life away because I fight hard to stay here. But you know what? I'm glad I'm not going to be around to see what happens. 20 years from now, got hair stuck in my eye. 20 years from now, it's going to be a sad fucking place the way it's going if somebody doesn't do something. However, we know that's not going to happen because look at the way things are going awry now and nobody wants to do anything. They want to bitch about it and complain about it, but nobody wants to stand up and do anything about it. So, yeah. Am I passionate about that? I'm very passionate about a lot of things. I'm very opinionated. I'm very outspoken. But with me, there is no guesswork. You know where I'm coming. You know how I feel about things. You know when you're stepping on my toes, I'll let you know. And if you continue to step on my toes, then, well, the outcome is, I don't know. I take the guesswork out of anybody guessing about who I am and what I'm about. Because they don't need to be wasting their time on that bullshit. They need to be getting on with their life and just take me for who I am, because I'll take them for who they are. But yeah, that's who I am. That's what I am. And like me, don't like me. We can't all get along and we can't all like each other. And oh God, this guy had to pull out in front of me. If the world was a perfect place, it certainly would be boring. But it sure as hell could be a lot better situation than it is now. I know my daddy's rolling in his grave. But it's nothing we didn't expect. I've talked about it before. My daddy, when I was a little girl, would sit me on the arm of his chair, and we'd watch the news, and we'd watch politics, and he'd explain to me things, and he'd say, baby, it ain't going to stay this way. This is what's going to happen. Sure enough. Sure enough. He taught me how to pay attention. He taught me how to see warning signs. He taught me all that. He also taught me that, one person can't fix the world, but he told me what to look out for, and, by gosh, everything he has predicted. But it was early warning signs, Jesus, before I was born. And then when I was born, there was more. And, with the awareness that my daddy put in me growing up, my grandpa, when I was young, it just stuck with me, so I paid attention, and you watch things, and if you can't put it together and see what the hell's going on, you need to go back to school, or you need to go to school. So I don't even know how I got off on that. I guess I did because of the traffic thing, and I was telling you what I saw and why I feel so passionate about traffic and people in cars. People, you're giving them a deadly weapon, a lot of people. When you give them keys to a car, well, nowadays it's just, push button codes. But however, when you give them possession of a vehicle, that's a deadly weapon. And I know, well, you got to have a license to drive it. So, no. Let me tell you what, I love both my boys. And they both have a driver's license. And they both have smashed up cars. And Rick, it was his fault totally. And John, 2 of them out of 3 were his fault. Because, they got that driver's license. Somebody said that they could drive, and they knew everything. They don't want to hear anything. Don't you dare tell them what to do or how to do it, or, But you know what? When they come and ask you where you put the fucking oil, there's a problem. I talk to them, and, I can't make them do anything. I can't. Yeah. They were given that license by that instructor. However, I question that so much. My youngest daughter, took her 5 times to take the driving test. And that guy's going to drive right up his bumper. 5 times before she passed the driving test. And when she did pass it, because it took her every time to use my car, I don't know what kind of people they had the first 4 times, but the 5th time, they had gone out for a little bit, and then they both come back walking over to the building. I was sitting there waiting, and waved me out. He had her park in a regular parking spot. Anybody can do that. Put on the parking brake, the whole 9 yards, shut the car off. Then he wanted her to start the car back up, take the parking brake off, and pull out the parking spot. Well, guess what? Neither one of them knew how to take a parking brake off. Now, this man is the one that says, hey or nay, that she could get a driver's license. They had to come and get me to show them how to you push the button and pull the handle up and let it down. You're done. Boom, bang, done. So they went back out, finished their driving, comes back, wait for her to get her license. He passed her, and we were talking. Do you know that this man who took my daughter with a temporary driver's license out to do her driving test didn't have a fucking driver's license himself? He never had a driver's license. Yep, but he was the guy issuing driver's licenses that day. Tell me, how does that work? Tell me how. And how do you not pass 4 and pass the 5th? You know how? Because you only get 5 tries. And then you got to wait a certain amount of time, and then you got to go back. Or, I don't know. There might be regulations now. You got to go back to school or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, she passed on the 5th one. And he never had a driver's license in his life. True story. True story. And he didn't ask me for registration, insurance on the car. He didn't check to see if any of the blinkers came on or the light. He didn't do any of it. But he gave her a driver's license. Guess what? She don't have one. She don't have one. She's what, 38 years old. Just turned 38. She don't have a driver's license. She liked the curbs real well. Constantly calling, Mom, I blew my tire out. I hit the curb. Mom. Yeah. So, so I've been watching this stupid, crazy shit all my life, giving driver's license without you ever driving. And just, I don't get it, and I don't like it. That's why I stay to myself a lot. Of course, I've opened up on here quite a bit to people I don't know. Nor people that I know how I feel about things. But I don't know any of y'all. Y'all know me, though. If you stick with me, you'll know me. But that's okay. I'm good with that. Because I'm just waiting for just one person. Older person. Younger person. I don't care. You understand how important you are. You're very important. And I know our kids nowadays don't feel wanted or important either. Used to be called latchkey kids. And now they're just called totally ignored kids. Because parents are too busy doing what they got to do. And the kids are out there doing what they want to do. My kids nowadays, even my grown ones, know you're going to do some shit. You better not let me find out about it. But anyhow, so much about that. I don't know if hubby will be home when I get there or not. He said he had a late client coming. So we'll see. And he said the sky opened up too down in Tampa. I figured if it was going to here, it would have by now. I haven't seen anything, but it's been about 7, 8 o'clock the last couple days when it opened up. And I'm kind of glad it hasn't, because I'm expecting a couple packages. And John thinks his package might be here today. And, of course, they don't care. They'll just throw it down anywhere just so they can take a picture and show they delivered it. So I'll be home before any rain comes to make sure that doesn't happen. Because some of the stuff I ordered could be ruined if it got wet, so it's okay. I'm going to make it home. I'm going to make pork chops on the grill tonight. I know I said I was going to make them. Was it last night or night before? I didn't get to it. I forgot to take them out. It was yesterday, I think. Anyhow, I forgot to take them out. So I took them out last night. And my wonderful hubby never said a word, went out in the kitchen, made himself a couple of ham and cheese sandwiches. And was happy with that. Because I do believe when I told him at the market yesterday that I had forgot to take the pork chops out. Well, that's all right. He said, we'll stop on the way home and get a couple of slices of pizza. But it was early in the day, and I said, I'm really not feeling like eating yet. Because after the incident, I couldn't eat my breakfast sandwich. He ended up eating that, too. So, pizza wasn't really the thing I should have been putting in there. So he had that, and I'm trying to think if I even ate yesterday. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But I'm going to have a pork chop tonight because I'm going to do them on the charcoal grill. And I know they're going to taste good. And I love me some cocktail sauce with my pork chop. Give me a nice little pork chop or even a nice pork steak. Yeah. And give me some shrimp sauce, cocktail sauce. Yum, yum. I'm the same way with prime rib. Either give me that, but I would prefer regular horseradish sauce. Yeah. Now you give me something like that, I can kind of hang with some meats a little bit, but I don't eat 3 or 4 bites, so it's nothing to write home about or get excited over. This is dangerous. I'm right behind a pickup truck with a man and looks like about 3 or 4 dogs in the back, just in the back. I didn't know you were allowed to do that anymore. I see a driver, but I don't see anybody in the passenger seat. Well, like I said, you never know. People don't care. I'd feel bad if one of them doggies jumped out the back of that truck about now. Me and that dog both would feel real bad if he jumped out the back of that truck. I won't go up this road. Guess I'm just 2 blocks from home anyhow. So yeah, anyhow, that's where I'm at. That's what I'm about. It's been an okay day. I went home and tore the house apart, of course. Cleaned all the floors, cleaned all the corners, cleaned walls. Yeah. Mopped. Couldn't sit still. So yeah, I was pretty busy. And I meant to come back and tell you about that accident I saw. That was, gosh, that was bad. Bad. Probably be on the news tonight. That's how bad it was. Oh, good. Hubby's home. All right, guys. I'm getting ready to pull in the driveway. I'm going to hop off of here. Go check and see if my packages came. And I may or may not be back tonight. I don't know. I'm still not feeling the best. So, we'll see. All right, guys. Thanks for stopping by. If you like me, hit that like sign. I appreciate you stopping in, looking at my videos. Hopefully somebody will take something away. If nothing else, just for entertainment. You know, however you see it is fine with me. All right, guys. Kiss somebody. Say hello. Wave. Give them a smile. I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.